everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and create these opposite townhouses. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is real Thomas TV1. So like I said, this is an opposite townhouses build. I don't really do things like this very often, like out of the box sort of builds. I guess it's not really that out of the box, but it's just a little bit different than, you know, a normal house build, I suppose. And I don't really know why I decided to do this, to be honest. It was just in my build ideas list for a while, and I'm kind of pre-recording at the minute because I'm going on a little vacation. By the time you see this, I'll already be gone, but I just wanted to kind of get ahead in some videos and stuff, and I didn't really know what to record, because normally when I'm recording I don't have to think of 10 ideas on the spot, but because I'm pre-recording I had to, so I just had a look through this build ideas list, and this is one of them, so I decided to go ahead and do it today. I did do actually an opposite townhouses sort of thing a little while ago, for when Seasons came out. It was one of my early access videos. I did this kind of it was called, I think it was just called seasonal townhouses or something, but it was basically kind of 4 townhouses put together, built in each of the 4 seasons. And I kind of did that, so you can go ahead and check that out too if you want to see something a little bit similar. But this is just 2, and they're in the same season. So what I did is basically kind of just 2 different colour schemes. I was thinking maybe maybe making some Sims who have completely different personalities and kind of, building a house around them. But I just decided to do this theme instead. And I kind of pretty much made everything identical in terms of the layout. In terms of where furniture went and stuff in those particular rooms, may have differed a little bit, but not really that much. But on the outside, I think everything is pretty much the same. And we've got a backyard area as well. And I did manage to fit a pool in for both of the homes too, which I don't know how I managed to do that on 30 by 20 lot, but we did it anyway. And I mean, the homes are pretty small. Both of them have got 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, or is it 2? Yeah, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and they both have a little swimming pool as well. I mean, it's not big because it's a tiny lot, but it's still an alright size. And I kind of just went for a creamy colour scheme, like I said, and then sort of a brown colour scheme on the other side. You'll probably see in a minute that I forget to change the staircase colour on that brown house there. We'll go ahead and do that later, don't worry, I don't forget. And yeah, so I've been pre-recording quite a lot the last few days, so I feel like I'm repeating myself a little bit in terms of my voiceovers, because I'm literally doing 5 voiceovers a day, and there's not that many interesting things going on that I can think of 5 different major topics to talk about in each build. And for the brown house, that doesn't sound right. I don't really know what to call it. But the one on the right inside went for the main color scheme was actually purple. I don't know why, but a lot since Seasons, because we have some nice items which have the darker color scheme, like the brown woods and stuff like that for the exterior, windows and doors and wall coverings and stuff. And I don't know why, but recently I've been using purple as the colour that kind of goes with that. I don't really know why, it's a little bit different, and I actually really like it. And we do actually have a lot of interior furnishing colour swatches that are purple too, so let's say the beds, we've got 2 different beds, I think. Did we get? Yeah, we've got 2 beds with Seasons, and both of them have nice purple colour swatches. Oh no, we've got 3 beds. Did we get 3? I can't remember. I think it was 2 double beds and a single one. I can't really remember, to be honest, but just the beds, the curtains as well. So there's lots of nice coloured swatches that have purple in them, so I decided to use that for that house. And then for the kind of lighter colour house, we just went for, similar objects but just different colour schemes. So you can see there, the pools, what I was on about, they are pretty tiny, but you know what, they're still functional. I don't know if anybody remembers, but in-game, when your Sims have those little thought bubbles, what they're called again, rims, I think. A lot of the time, I don't know why it makes them do this, but some Sims have, at least what I've played with, have a little whim for to buy a 1x1 pool. And I'm not really sure how enjoyable having a 1x1 tile pool would be, but that's what they want. So I suppose this one, which is still pretty small and normal that I would do, I think it'll still be okay. So right now onto the interior of these 2 builds. We're starting off here on the house which was on the left, and I did do some of furnishing off screen, so I did all kind of the hallways and bathrooms off screen for both the homes. I do this a lot and just in general for my speed builds, because I feel like they're a little bit boring and a little bit repetitive, because I don't really think there's that many interesting things you can do with the hallway. And also bathrooms as well. They're pretty boring room. I mean, they are important at the end of the day, but it's mostly my mansion builds that I tend to cut them out. Sometimes in my smaller homes I don't, but my mansion builds, it can be 6 or 7 bathrooms, and doing that, I do that every week as well. A 64 by 64 lot mansion build every Sunday, and you know, doing that every week, and I can't really think of that many interesting things to do for each bathroom. I just decided to cut them out to save you from being bored during my speed builds, I suppose. And yeah, so we're just working on one of the bedrooms up here, as you can see. The kind of the dimensions for each bedroom are the same, like I mentioned earlier. The layout is pretty much identical for both sides of the home, and I just went for kind of like no specific packs in these bedrooms. I was kind of just doing what I want, really. The bedrooms though were a little bit of an awkward shape, to be honest. It was a little bit hard to kind of think of how to decorate them well, and it was also the case for the living rooms. In both of the homes, the living rooms are like literally absolutely tiny. It's just next to the island counters, I think, and there just wasn't any space for them. That was like the only area I could really put a TV in, like a, you know, little living room sofa area sort of thing. So I just had to go with it. It is a, you know, a tiny townhouse, you know, at the end of the day. So I suppose that's what you're going to be expecting. So we're just working on the secondary bedroom here. This one has a single bed in it because a double bed wouldn't fit in this room. It's the same. It's like the same case for the kind of darker coloured scheme one as well. And I suppose this could be for a teen or a kid. I didn't really make any sims like in mind for this build, which is something that I don't do at all really for all my builds, to be honest. I just like to build rooms that are kind of sort of neutral or sort of just general, because then you can kind of put, you know, move your sims in here and kind of change up the colour swatches to meet their needs, I suppose, and what they're interested in. So I just like to make things neutral to make it easier for everyone, and then, you know, you can personalise it to what you want. And yeah, so this is the darker colour scheme house. We're going for one purple room because, like I said, there's some nice kind of beds and also other furniture that work well with that colour swatch. So we did one room with that, and then the other room was kind of this one here, which is a little bit on the, I guess, like a creamier, well, is that the right term? I don't really know. Sort of like just a brown shade. Pretty boring, dull, but you know what, it kind of fits the theme nicely. So that's what we went for in this room here. As you can see, the layout and how I'm doing the furnishing is pretty similar if you saw what I just did before, in terms of how, like, you know, the single bed was there and then the bookshelf at the end of it. I kind of wanted things to be a little bit similar. I was kind of thinking, well, should I really make all the furniture in identical places? And I kind of thought, well, I'm going to try to do it as much as I can, but then for the other places in home or whatever, like, you know, furniture and stuff like that, I'll kind of just do what feels right. But I wanted to make things, you know, sort of similar for the furniture, because I kind of wanted it to be like where you could see a comparison, and you'll see that in the screenshots coming up in a few minutes, where I kind of like show you like one side of the home, that particular room, and then I show you that particular room in the other side of the home, if that makes sense. You'll see what I mean in a second. And we kind of just got to the end of the build here with that single bedroom there just before, and then I realised I hadn't even done the kitchen or the living room in this particular build here, so that was a little bit frustrating because I spent so long on this and I thought I'd finish, but we hadn't. But now we're pretty much at the end. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure you let me know in the comments section down below about what you thought of it. And I know this build was a little bit different from a, you know, regular speed build, so I hope you enjoyed this thing as something a little bit different, I suppose. Make sure to leave a like, share and subscribe if you haven't. This will be up on the gallery. My origin ID is real Thomas CV1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.